From your most watched, most trusted weather source, here's your certified, most accurate First Alert forecast.
More often than not, the rest of the week will be spent in the 70s. Now, Thursday, enough of a cold front will bring in some slightly cooler air back into the 60s, very similar to today, so pretty comfortable. And even with our 30-degree start in the morning, we'll bounce back into the 70s with maybe the chances some mid to upper 70s as we head through the weekend. Now, if cloud cover or rain chances get too high, that would drop that temperature down. But like tomorrow, expecting a south wind to kind of just push temperatures up until a very strong cold front arrives. And then Monday, Tuesday, and even next Wednesday, temperatures are going to struggle 50s, but Tuesday pretty close to the 40s, maybe some spots not able to escape them. Now, Thursday's cold air, it's kind of just a brushing round of cold air. It's more centered up to our north, and the colors are still blue. That's pretty typical for us. But after a warm weekend, you look back to the middle part of the country, start to see some white colors. That's some pretty cold air, almost Arctic air that's going to spill into the U.S., make it across the mountains, and settle in as we head into next Tuesday morning. So not just talking about the chance of frost, probably going to have a good chunk of the area have a freeze threat, the first one of this year, and then also depending on the winds, frost may get all the way down to the coast. So kind of just pairing it all together next Tuesday morning. So I'm already going to give you the first alert on that. We've highlighted it on the 8-day forecast, and if you have the WITN weather app, you can see that day is red. But just for the morning hours, just for the maybe end of the growing season, the official end of the growing season. Skies are bright tonight. We've got a super moon, king tide in effect. Luckily, no big, strong coastal lows to mess things up like we saw in October's king tide and super moon. But Sunday's when we expect the king tide to come to an end. Clear and colder with some patchy frost, especially across inland areas where temperatures are briefly going to fall down into the 30s. I think most of us stay just above the frost point, but do expect just a cold start. Temperatures in the 40s as you head towards the coast. South wind going to warm us up quickly, 55 to 67 by lunchtime. That's warmer than we were today. And heading into the afternoon, we expect temperatures to be in the low 70s. Going to feel nice, but again, they do switch back to the north, the winds on Thursday. That's why temperatures start to go the other direction. So just expect a really nice day. Maybe not fully into the 70s for the coast, but pretty close to it. Next cold front is to the north. No rain on it. Did have some showers earlier. Looks like things have quieted down on that front. We're expecting a dry cold front. The only rain chances right now are through the weekend, though Friday night's rain chance may be shifting offshore a little bit. But notice as we head to Saturday morning, still the chance of a few hit or miss sprinkles. Saturday night, Sunday night, just going to be a few showers around. Does not look too impactful. Doesn't look like a big threat to any outdoor plans, but just something to keep an eye on as we head through the weekend. If you just want to see some snow, head to the mountains next week with that round of cold air. A lot of northwest flow, which is really what gets those snow bands developing across the Blue Ridge Mountains, but mainly across the Appalachians. So could be significant snow event for them heading into the early part of next week. No snow for us, but you do see the temperatures getting colder, 79 to 55 overnight temperatures, 30 Tuesday morning. And if winds don't go calm, that's going to push our wind chills down into the 20s. So maybe mid-20s waking up next Tuesday morning. So just something to keep an eye on as we head into next week. But it does look like the growing season's about to come to an end. Our average first freeze is coming up pretty quick. Greenville, it's this weekend. New Bern, it's next week. So it wouldn't be out of the realm of normal to see that happen. But if we get into the 20s now, that's not necessarily normal.
Yeah, feeling kind of like spring tomorrow and then winter next week.
It is.
That's for sure. All right, thanks, Zach.